here at Madison Square Garden. Great to have you alongside as the Ohio State Buckeyes control the tip, and C.J. Jackson will bring it up. Been very good with the basketball in his hands, especially the last 6 games. 33 assists, only 11 turnovers.
Yeah, but that's part of who Ohio State is. They don't do anything, I don't mean to say it like this, but they don't do anything special. They just attack you methodically. They don't try to make special passes. They don't try to hit home runs. It's just single after single, and I think that's what's made them so successful.
Gophers have lost 4 of 5, but they get Amir Coffey and his 14 points per game back today. Konate losing the handle on that basketball. Here comes Keita Bates-Diop to the other end, and Bates-Diop with the first 2.
And that's just going to be a tough matchup. If Keita Bates-Diop's on Bakari Konate at all, I mean, he's just going to pester him. You're not going to be able to play through Bakari Konate around the perimeter.
Here's Coffey. Get that right shoulder in a wrap as Jordan Murphy goes to work inside. And the rebound tipped out to Jackson. Nice pass ahead. What a feed to Cam Williams for an easy 2.
So I like this matchup from Chris Holtman. He's putting Caleb Wesson, the big body, on Jordan Murphy, basically forcing Murphy to play around the perimeter. He's not going to have his way with Caleb Wesson in the post unless Wesson gets in foul trouble.
There's Coffey on the attack. And Coffey able to use the window. That's one of the things they missed without Amir Coffey.
Well, scoring, length, I mean, what he does defensively, even though he's not the best defender on the floor, the length helps you cover ground. It makes up for a lot of mistakes, especially without Reggie Lynch. You don't have a shot blocker.
Tate, the extra pass in the corner. Jackson's 3 short. Able to follow it up, got his own rebound and put it in.
And Kevin, you're going to say that a lot today. The extra pass, the extra pass. This is a team that moves the basketball well. There's no ball stickers. There's all ball movers. And I think that's what makes them so successful.
Jordan Murphy will try from deep. Not necessarily his game, just 6 of 24 from 3 this year.
Yeah, but you can see the game plan is to bait him into shooting that shot. They're not going to give him anything at the rim and get everybody in foul trouble. They're going to force him to win from the perimeter.
Wesson against Konate. And a travel.
Night and day.
Yeah.
With me, without me. With me, without me. Now, that was kind of life and death. I mean, this is just, you know,
this is
10
basketball.
points a game. But still, I mean, you see, it's not just the difference in points. It's the difference in morale. It's the difference in how you're able to attack. And I think it also defines the ceiling. The ceiling saw the potential earlier this year for this team to be a legitimate top 15 team. To me, they look like they could be an Elite 8 contender. And they are just a shell of their former self. I think a lot of it's going to fall, obviously, on Jordan Murphy from a production standpoint. But I think Nate Mason's got to be the guy in terms of Dupree McBrayer knocks down a 3, and I keep talking. Nate Mason's got to be the guy in terms of being the emotional leader. And that means good body language. Be positive when things get frustrating. I mean, Bakari Konate's not going to give you what Reggie Lynch gives you. So you've got to be patient.
Bates-Diop with the fadeaway. A little bit strong. There's McBrayer with the rebound. He's been battling injuries, has McBrayer. Had that right leg infection earlier in the year. Still slowed up. Doesn't get a full practice in most of the time as Mason's jumper is...
Close out, one extra pass, open shot. They're allowing Isaac Haas to be a part of a perimeter attack with 4 guys.
Jackson will bring it up to the Buckeyes down 1. Jackson looks inside to Jayshawn Tate with a left hand. Again, short. Buckeyes 3 for 7 to start. Coffey will push it up the floor. Inside, Konate walked with it. No.
He's at. So you live with those mistakes and try to smile.
Rockets, here's Keita Bates-Diop. 2 points early for the leading scorer in the Big Ten Conference. Nowhere to go for Bates-Diop. Back out to Jackson. 8 on the shot clock. Jackson's defenders collide. Bates-Diop with a 3. A little bit strong. And there's the long arms of Bakari Konate getting the rebound.
Oh, he did a great job switching out defensively, too. And don't get anything out of the transition opportunity, but he switched out defensively, was able to cover Keita Bates-Diop, one of the best players in the league.
Guys again in the half court going to work. Nakic could feed to Wesson. There's Jayshawn Tate underneath to the freshman Caleb Wesson for the easy 2.
You cannot allow yourself to be beat with a post feed and an easy cut to the basket for Jayshawn Tate. You've got to jump to the ball and keep your eye on your man. It's like getting someplace on vacation. I just want to get there and go. It's like, no, I just want to actually just let you hotel.
Well, and I mean, think of teams like Minnesota. After that week,
beat up,
to have a chance to rest a little bit.
Ohio State, you're not playing a ton of guys. I mean, you're Nate Mason. Wow.
Keep 2 for Nate Mason to give the Gophers the lead.
Now, earlier I said about Nate Mason, he needs to be the positive guy. It needs to be good body language. Part of that good body language comes from making big shots. And he's been able to do that. But if they're not falling, I think that's where the responsibility is even greater.
There's Dockich trying to find some room inside. Caleb Wesson, dangerous.
Work first. That's part of the reason why he's been so successful. I think as he gets more comfortable, he's going to become a better passer, and that's going to make him a great player.
Jeju, good defense in the post against sophomore Micah Potter. Good feed inside, and a rejection by Jayshawn Tate. What a recovery by the Buckeyes. Bates Diop now to work. And Jeju again got a hand in there. Aggressive play early for Gaston Jeju. Potter will try the 3. He was really good against Northwestern the other night. 5 for 5 shooting. McBrayer starts it up for the Gophers. Mason around the screen, back to Murphy. Coffee, the feed to Murphy. Murphy on the baseline. That one falls, and Murphy's first 2.
You can see already how important Amir Coffey is. He covers so much ground with one dribble. He's able to pass very well. This is a guy who came in, kind of saw him as a point guard. So the fact that you have multiple playmakers, passes on the floor, that's a game changer.
A couple of assists already for Coffey. As Tate drives inside, nice dump down to Potter.
And the interior passing, I'll call them the Ohio State bigs. It's basically 3 through 5, which includes Jayshawn Tate, which could be a point guard, or could be a 5. It's been terrific.
Murphy at the top, the dribble handoff to McBrayer, back to Murphy. Murphy goes right past Potter and got hung up on the rim, but a miss. Shook his more in this first half.
Well, Dockich has been great. I mean, it doesn't really matter. These guys trust Andrew Dockich on the floor.
Jackson around the Potter screen, back to Caleb Bates Diop. The 3 won't go. Rebound McBrayer. Bates Diop 1 for 4 to start today. Gophers up 3. McBrayer. Good pass across. The ball movement out to Mason. 4-3.
Once again, though, you're getting spaced out defensively, and it's not something that Ohio State usually allows. You're getting spaced out, allowing a drive, forcing a help, and creating open opportunities with an extra pass.
Bates Diop. Tough shot. 1 for 5 to start for the Big Ten's leading scorer. Gophers up 6 with the ball and a little energy. Murphy on the drive. That one rattles in. Timeout, Ohio State.
You want to call it. It's one of the most important things in college basketball, really in sports in general. And it seems as if this team is playing with a little edge.
Marissa Chalo on the floor for Ohio State. A look inside to Jayshawn Tate. Tate weaving inside, muscles it up short. Good defense by Jeju, and the rebound to Murphy. Up ahead to McBrayer running the floor. Rejected by Chalo out of bounds.
I'm going to say something 3 times to stop penetration in transition by retreating and playing defense in space. That's not easy to do. It takes experience. And I don't know if you knew this. He's probably not the most athletic dude on the floor.
You know, he would disagree. He's on the floor, and he also understands that it isn't him.
Yeah,
and that's not
aware with your vulnerabilities, of your weaknesses. It also allows you to drive on your strengths.
Here's Mason on the drive, back out to Murphy. Long jumper for Murphy falls, and a good start for Murphy. 8 now for Jordan Murphy.
It sounded like a couch session. I'm taking new clients.
I was going to ask you if you were aware of what your flaws were and if we could break them down on this broadcast, but we're only here for a couple hours.
Dude, what flaws?
Jayshawn Tate looking inside. Couldn't get it down there. Here's Dockich with 9 on the shot clock. Tough lob, and Caleb West
reduces congestion, which defenses want.
Gophers trying to expand on a 9-0 run. Mason forced out by Wesson. Now going to work again from the foul line. Tough shot. A little strong and a foul. That's the first foul against.
At some point it settled in and you go, wow, I mean, a lot is now expected of us. We're a top 25 team. We're one of 4 teams in the conference that can say such. And you got a guy in Keita Bates-Diop who's, right now, everyone would say is Big Ten Player of the Year. Man, can't stop that. If you want to stop that, don't allow him to get to his right shoulder and his left hook. I mean, the guy's been around forever, and you allow him to go to the middle of the paint from the right side. That's just crazy.
Well, if Bates-Diop isn't going, Jayshawn Tate's going to have to carry some of that scoring load to get Ohio State back in this. The jumper not going to fall, and the rebound into the arms of Jolly.
I still think if you're Ohio State, you just have to remember who you are. You play your game, and if you're going to get open shots like that, you got to make them.
C.J. Jackson certainly did. First 3 made for Ohio State after an 0-for-4 start behind the arc.
That's the best shot they've gotten all game. And I think in a way they've started to press a little bit. I think you're starting to feel the pressure. You're trying to get the game back in one shot. That was a good look.
Fitzgerald. Here's Coffey trying to turn the corner. Amir Coffey on the baseline. Shot clock at 4. Got to go to work. Jameer Harris in the corner. Tipped and taken away. Good defense by the Buckeyes. Can they convert on the other end? Here's C.J. Jackson. Still plenty of time. Jayshawn Tate. Tate looking for a little space against Fitzgerald. Tate turns. Dumped down to Wesson for the easy 2. Good work by the Buckeyes, who have now jumped right back into this one in a 3-point game. That's the only one. Cliched announcer comment here. It's a game of runs. 9-0 run for Minnesota. A 7-0 run to get back in for Ohio State. That run broken by Amir Coffey.
And I also think it's interesting. Did Ohio State prepare for a game that was not going to have Amir Coffey in it? It changes how you defend. It changes how you defend certain actions. So I think that had something to do with it, because Amir Coffey's looked great.
Jackson will launch the 3, and he hits. C.J. Jackson, his second 3. He's got 8, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And that's just fundamental. You feed the post. You can't get lost on a screen at the elbow. You can't go under. You can't hide. You've got to attack the shooter.
Bates-Diop still on the bench for the Buckeyes, getting an extended rest in this first half after the slow start. Inside, Konate, the foul on the
40 years ago. Those are things you can't allow.
That foul was the second on Jackson. So 2 on Jackson and 2 on Williams.
We have great crews. I mean, not to just jump on your point. We do have great officials in this league. I know people can't stand officials. I wasn't great when I played either, but we do have a good officiating crew every game.
Buckeyes with a chance to tie this up or regain the lead if Jackson can find the range again from behind the arc. Andre Wesson with 14 to shoot. Here's Jackson again. He'll try the 3. He'll hit the 3. And the Buckeyes back on top.
Look, KYP goes both ways. You got to know who you're passing to, understand your personnel, but you also have to know who you're covering. C.J. Jackson hits 2 straight 3s in that exact spot. You cannot be late on the closeout.
Jackson with 11. Keeping him on the floor with those 2 fouls, and that's why. Picked the pocket, and now Jackson will start the break. Tate trailing. Good recovery by the Gophers. Coffey got a hand. Wesson will launch the 3, and he'll roll it home. Just the 4th made 3 of the year for Caleb Wesson, and another 9-0 run for Ohio State.
Look, Caleb Wesson's got that in his game. He really does, and I think it reminds me a lot of Jared Sullinger, who developed into more of a shooter as the season progressed.
5th Gopher turnover. Jackson on the push. The no-look to Tate, and he's fouled.
An open look all night. I don't care who you're playing. Is no matter what. You don't really have to run matches up. Now, at the same time, you want to make sure he remains patient, especially as the team's making a good positive run here.
Yeah, 11-0 run. They've hit their last 6 field goals. Murphy with 13 to shoot. The handoff to Mason from the elbow. That's short. Rebound Jackson.
Ohio State has gotten back to being safe defensively, not getting too spaced out, communicating better the way they have when they had great success in this season.
Well, good work by Wesson underneath, and Wesson able to muscle it home. He's got 2 more, a 13-0 Buckeye run to open up the 8-point lead. got to be encouraging for Buckeye fans that all this has happened, John, without any contribution from Keita Bates-Diop from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, I guess you'd feel good about that. I think it's a reminder of why this team is so good. They're balanced.
Ball knocked free again, battling for it on the floor. We've got a whistle. Tie-up will keep the ball with the Gophers.
One on my team if I was drafted in the NBA. But he understands who he is as well. Again, just a contributor to this team, maybe the biggest contribution.
Short again. We're starting to see a lot of Gopher shots short. As the drive by Tate rejected by Murphy, but a foul.
I'm so glad I don't have to make those decisions.
Tate.
I think Minnesota's got to get back to who they were earlier in the game, which is turning the corner on screens, looking to get dribble drivers into the paint. Which also means you've got to get bigs out of the paint. You've got to vacate.
There's Coffee. Pass tipped away by Cam Williams. Got back for McBrayer. The three for McBrayer in the scramble. Not going to go. Good rebound by Jeju. Finds Mason. That wild scoop not going to fall. And Wesson the rebound. Minnesota just played on Thursday night against Maryland.
Yeah, they've been on the road for a while here. East Coast stint.
Caleb Wesson turns with the hook shot. Got it to fall. Nice soft touch on the rim. Wesson has 11.
So much of post defense is done early, or it has to be done early, because when a big guy gets positioned and is allowed to just power dribble, and get into a shot, you're already beat.
What a run for the Buckeyes. 17-0 run as Coffey's hook breaks the spell.
The hook breaks the swell, but it was great. Spell?
Swell.
Swell, whatever.
It was a swell hook.
It was a swell hook. Back in the 50s?
Neato play as Jackson will start it up around the screen from Wesson. Here's Bates-Diop. Nice play inside. Murphy with the rejection. Coffey to the rim. Got it to go.
And I'm surprised how good, I mean, I shouldn't say I'm surprised how good he looks, but sitting out, you don't know how Amir Coffey's going to be when he comes out here and plays. He's been great in transition, he's been great defensively, and he's been fantastic attacking the basket.
8 points for Coffey, a couple of assists as well. And we've got a foul underneath.
He said
I don't know that he did. I may have just imagined that.
He usually tells me just to stop talking.
Call the game is what he's probably telling you.
That's just Twitter.
Jackson got clear for a three. Left that one short. Bates-Diop with the offensive rebound.
I think that's where Bates-Diop is great. He can create opportunities just to get re-involved in this game. I'm not sure if that's word, but that's what he's going to do.
Cam Williams ran into some foul trouble early. Off the bench again as he leaves that one a little bit short. Konate with the rebound.
It's amazing how hard it is when you run into foul trouble, how it just takes you out of the rhythm and the flow of the game. And you've seen that from Bates-Diop having to go out just because he really wasn't playing well. Then Cam Williams with early fouls.
Hey, Minnesota withstood a 17-0 run. They're only down 8 with the ball. Nice look to Murphy, and Murphy's shot won't fall, but a foul on. Gets caught up on everything around the. Mike DeCourcy handles the everything. Mike Hall and Sean Morris will handle the facilitation. Bates-Diop with the fadeaway. Just his second bucket of the afternoon.
But I like what they did. His teammates vacated. Sometimes you have to be patient if you want to allow a teammate to get an open look. Overcutting at times just brings defense's way.
Murphy doubled down low. Wow. Still able to muscle it through the double to get his 11th point.
I mean, I don't know how he got it up. I think he was really just shooting it to get the foul.
Jackson around the Young screen. Trying to find room inside, and he threw it away. McBrayer comes up with a loose ball. Long pass ahead to Coffey. Coffey able to regather, drive inside, and Bates-Diop with the stop. Now Bates-Diop on the run at the elbow.
Love the shot. You saw it coming. He comes running right by us. You know, calm, cool, and collected as if he didn't do anything. The guy doesn't seem to celebrate much. Comes down, you saw him get low. You knew he was rhythming up for a shot. One of the hardest shots to defend. You're walking backwards, back on your heels, and pull-up jumper.
McBrayer on the drive between two defenders. Count the bucket and a foul. Court straight ahead. How many games have we seen from him where the expression on his face never changes. They're up 20 or down 20.
I mean,
you couldn't tell. I'm not playing poker against Keita Bates-Diop. You'd have no idea what he has.
I stink at poker either way.
I like how you just invited yourself to my poker game.
I'm not playing. I don't want to play. I'll lose.
10 to shoot. Jayshawn Tate, and that's a travel. So now the Gophers can...
Remember, this team is still new, right? They're new because it's a new system. These guys know each other well. It's a new system. New coaching staff means it's a different chemistry. And so far, it's been a great chemistry.
Buckeyes by 7. Here go the Gophers. McBrayer, the bounce to Mason. Deep three. Won't go. Rebound, Keita Bates-Diop. 1 second. Half-court heave. Good if it goes. It will not.
Keita Bates-Diop gets involved in this game. Tells me that they need him.
Second half underway from Madison Square Garden. Buckeyes trying to remain unbeaten, and even with Purdue in the Big Ten standings, the opening jumper for Cam Williams short, and McBrayer navigate up the floor for Minnesota.
And when Cam Williams is making jump shots, particularly in transition, I mean, this team is really, really good. I think we've got to get him going as well.
Mason had it taken away. Williams now on the run. McBrayer trying to get back. Williams with the tough layup gets it to go.
Wow, that's great finish. I mean, good poise, control, body control, getting down the floor. But like I said, he's a guy, if you get him going, not only can he knock down shots, he becomes a floor spacer, which opens up opportunities for teammates.
McBrayer, the deep three. And the rebound for C.J. Jackson. He had 11 first-half points. Jayshawn Tate on the drive, trying to go for the hammer. Couldn't get it to drop, and the rebound to Konate. It was almost the highlight of the day at the Garden. 9-point Buckeye lead. There's Murphy. Back it down, lost it, got it back. Rebound off the miss by Caleb Wesson.
He's just not going to have the room to work down there, especially when Konate's in the game. Konate's got to vacate. You got to give him space.
Bates-Diop the three. And Coffey the rebound. For Amir Coffey, first game back after missing 5 with a shoulder injury. 8 points, rebound, a couple of assists for Amir Coffey today. And he's played a lot, which is the bigger surprise.
That's the surprise. Look, I think he's going to have to play a lot. That was one thing we knew, but the way he's playing is great.
I was talking with Richard Pitino before the game. He said, yeah, I don't know what his conditioning is going to be like, but he's got to play. Mason with 2 to shoot, has to launch the 3. And a foul underneath. Konate back.
Oh, that one's, I think Tim Miles,
one that was
Tim
really
Miles tweeted a picture of it and said the fact that everybody walked away from this is good.
Bates-Diop missing that 3 as well. Missed a couple of deep here to start this second half. Still just a 9-point lead for Ohio State. McBrayer going behind the back to get some space and hit it from the elbow.
You know, he is so good when he gets going to his left. Doesn't mean he's always looking to shoot, but he's able to stop on a dime, come back and get to a jump shot. He's also great with the floater going in that direction. Not the same when he's going to his right.
Neither team exactly lighting it up early. Buckeyes 1 for 5 to start the half. Minnesota 1 for 4. 10 to shoot for Wesson against Konate. Bates-Diop will put it on the deck. Drives all the way to the rim.
I mean, he kind of froze Amir Coffey down to the post. Amir Coffey is down to the post. He froze him with just a little hesitation. Found just enough room, was strong with the basketball, was able to get it up and finish.
Over 1,000 points now in his career with the 8 points on the board today. Came in needing just 4 to get to 1,000. Entry pass to Murphy. Tried to wrap it around.
Through anybody and jump over anybody, so he's got great body control.
0 for 5 from 3, so he took it to the rim. Jackson has had a hot hand from 3. That one won't go. Good rebound inside by Wesson. Wesson going reverse. And Wesson now with 13.
Those are the plays that tell me that guy's going to have a great career. He's going to get better and better every year. His fitness is going to improve. It doesn't mean he's going to lose weight. It just means he's going to get bigger, stronger, and faster.
He's lost 40 pounds in the last year and a half to 2 years to get down to 270. McBrayer from the corner. Pinballs out. Tate with the board. Gophers 1 for 5 in this second half from the floor. The three short. There's Wesson again with the offensive rebound, finding Williams. And a time. Husband and couples skate. Had to be a sight to be seen.
I was shy. Still am.
Sad little John Crispin skating around by himself. Murphy left alone for 3. 0 for 2 from behind the arc today as the rebound goes to Keita Bates-Diop.
Not a bad shot, but it's not really the shot that you are used to getting, so it's not one you make a high percentage of.
Bates-Diop, nice dump down to Wesson. Can't get it to go. Wesson frustrated. He hasn't missed many of those in his young career. Mason left that one short. Wesson with the rebound, his 7th board. Bates-Diop looking for his first 3. 0 for 6 from behind the arc. Coffee on the drive and a blocking foul called on Jayshawn Tate. That'll be foul number 1 on Tate and a timeout at Madison Square Garden.
Kind of that bounce back game where they reestablish easily as you'd like it and you question whether you're really that good. It may be subconscious, but it happened. So that was a good bounce back for them internally.
Nobody questioning if Purdue is just that good. Oh, 30-ish at halftime against Iowa today. In Iowa.
You know what's funny? They are fun to watch. And it's not that they're fun to watch because they dunk every time down floor and shoot 30-foot threes. They enjoy each other. They have fun playing together. And I think there's something special to that.
Nice rebound by Micah Potter. Can't get that one to fall. And a follow-up is good for Keita Bates-Diop.
And those are things you can't allow if you're Minnesota, because if you look at the lineup for Ohio State, it's not demonstrative size, right? You don't have crazy size on the floor. You got guys like Jordan Murphy that should be able to clear anything out. You cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Gophers have been out-rebounded 4 of the last 5 games without Lynch and without Coffee. Coffee back today as Murphy finds some room. Forces up that shot. He's got 13.
That's a tough shot to make, guys. I thought it was great defense. Jayshawn Tate does a great job getting his chest out and his hands up.
Gophers with a 27-19 edge on the glass today. 7-2 on the offensive glass. Bates-Diop against Jordan Murphy.
And look at the space. It's a foul.
No call. 2 first-team All-Big Ten players going. Coffee on the drive to the rim. No call there either as a tie-up is called. And the possession error will keep it on this. Just 5 of 16 shooting. And his team up by 12.
You know what, though? He has 10 points, and it's a quiet 10 points. He has 30 points, and it's a quiet 30 points, because that's just how he plays. He doesn't really force that much.
Murphy spinning his way to the basket. Wesson knocking it out of bounds.
When you just give just enough space, when you gap a guy who's going to spin, that's when you have success. That'll make sense to 20% of the audience.
C.J. Jackson in the lane. Left that one a little short. Jeju with the rebound. Just finishing up writing down notes on what you said there.
you're part of the 80s.
Mason drives, bucket and a foul. Throw short. It's Diop back on the floor with the rebound. His 7th board to go with his 10 points. 7 double-doubles this year for Keita Bates-Diop. Closing in on another one. Buckeyes up 10. Dockage trying to get it inside. Good hands and good reaction by Jordan Murphy. Anticipating the pass, gets the steal. Mason deep 3 in transition short. Bates-Diop the rebound. And now numbers if they hurry. Long pass ahead to Wesson. Wesson, good work by Mason. He finds Dockage for 3. Bates-Diop the rebound. The putback and the foul.
One thing after the other. The last guy you need walking off the floor is your, again, player of the year caliber season, double-double machine in Jordan Murphy.
You just get Amir Coffey back today. Provides a little lift for the team. And now Jordan Murphy hobbling to the locker room as Nate Mason trying to take over, gets to the rim. He's got 11. And the Gophers back within 11.
I think Nate Mason has to understand. A lot of people are going to say, woe is me, but he's got to be the one that says, now what? That's what good leadership does. Now what? Now who? Who's it going to be? It starts with him.
He's topped the 20-point mark already 4 times in conference play. He's going to have to be that guy again to help lead this team back. Bates-Diop working inside against Fitzgerald, and Bates-Diop likes that matchup a little more than the one against Murphy.
There's not much you can do. You almost have to cover Bates-Diop with a leaper. Someone that can get up and contested level the ball, because Bates-Diop keeps the ball high and shoots the ball high.
Got a whistle and a foul. Tino does at this point. He'd had Murphy on him most of the day. Here's Bates-Diop with a free throw line jumper, not good, but there's Potter for the offensive rebound and the easy putback.
Bates-Diop could have shot that thing and missed it, and that allowed Potter to do that. Or he could have just passed it to Potter in the first place. It would have been a layup. Either way, the play would have worked.
Deep three for Harris. Way behind the arc, behind the pro arc. And the Buckeyes with a 15-point lead in the ball. Here's Bates-Diop. Right side of the lane. Floater won't go. Potter's tip won't go. Tip again by Potter. Here's Wesson with the rebound. Offensive glass. Buckeyes are killing the Gophers today.
Yeah, and at that point, you just got to go get it.
Here's Wesson with a deep three. Halfway down on the rebound to Jameer Harris.
Well, there's some rebounds we just don't have position. There are other rebounds where you allow the team to win that battle.
10-3 on the offense, or 11-3 rather, on the offensive glass for Ohio State. 15-2 in second chance points for the Buckeyes. A 15-point lead. Coffey, the dump down to Jeju. Good defense by Andre Wesson. Official word from the Gophers is questionable to return. The question's answered because Jordan Murphy's walking to the scorer's table right now.
That's good to see. You know, you're not going to be 100%, but that's a guy who's going to fight. It's another thing that picks up the morale of your team is when your best player is willing to play with injury. Play hurt.
His ankle retaped in the locker room, back out there ready to go back in. Jeju from the elbow off the pass from Mason won't go, but Mason got out of the way. Harris able to get the rebound. Here's Coffey on the drive and a foul.
And people don't realize how competitive from top to bottom this conference is. I know you see some lopsided scores, but the basement has been elevated in this conference. It is competitive. So I think it's going to be a grind of the season.
Reach-in foul before.
What you really want to do is just show and get back on that. Now, he's almost doing that, just didn't need to pick up a foul.
Mason able to stay with it after the block. Shot clock at 10. Harris to work. 5 to shoot. Murphy using the window, Tate the rebound. Buckeyes will put on the brakes a little bit. Looking to go 8-0 and match last year's overall win total with their 17th win.
It's hard to believe. I mean, it really is hard to believe what they were able to accomplish here in year one. Now, they do have pieces. You look at it, they really do, and that's just a fantastic shot from a young freshman who's got the footwork of a pro. You know, they do have pieces, and I have to give Chris Holtmann and his staff credit for looking at the experienced players and going, we can win with these guys, and they deserve to play in a postseason. Morgan, who I think has had a terrific season. Mo Wagner, excuse me, I'll talk someday. Mo Wagner, who I think is going to get better and better as the season goes on. Remember, he spent a couple games on the bench with an injury.
Lob ahead to Musa Jallo after the turnover. Jallo, good feed to Tate, the bucket, and a foul. Fantastic.
Foul him hard. Jayshawn Tate, I'm going to say this. If I had a first-team all, hate to play against you, love to play with you, Jayshawn Tate would be the first guy I pick. He would be first 100 times.
There would, of course, be 33 players on that team because John doesn't want to narrow it down.
I'm sensitive.
Here's page 8 of my graphic. Amir Coffey.
Dude, Big Ten power rankings are tough enough as it is.
3 to shoot. From the elbow, McBrayer, no, but a foul. Sports go. Buckeyes
games ago, I said that's their most dangerous lineup, but Tim Miles didn't like it because they couldn't rebound and defend. I think they're starting to figure out how to play with that lineup, and they look dangerous. That's a team where if they're in the NCAA tournament, I'd pick them to win 2 games. Hard matchup.
That's a program that has never won 8. 15 to shoot for Tate. A little miscommunication there. Wesson went one.
Terrific. But that pass, there's no angle. He just a lob in the air. And Chris Holtmann just goes, okay, let's go. Let's go. No reason to talk about that one.
Just the second turnover, 7th for the game for Ohio State. Gophers need to find something, but they turn it over again. Bates Diop with the steal.
No angle on the entry pass, and that's just the simplest thing you can do. He can receive in position to make a play. It's not a good entry pass if you force the big 15 feet from the basket. So, yeah, go to work now.
10 on the shot clock, 6 minutes to go. Bates Diop going to work against Konate with 5 to shoot. The shot no good, but a foul. Action in the first half. Didn't have his shot. Had just 6 points at halftime. Now 11 in the second half.
But again, everything he does is quality. It's just not his personality. I mean, he blocks the shot and gets a run out and jumper, and you think like he just made a warm-up layup.
McBrayer fouled.
His memory serves him. 7-point game.
Penn State Northwestern to follow here on BTN.
Not in New York.
No.
But we are.
Yes. It's in Chicago. One great city to another. All-State Arena is where our BTN crew is for that game. 16 to shoot. Musa Jallo, the entry down low to Jayshawn Tate. Tate with the up and under, driving it up, no good. Konate tips out the rebound. 3-on-3 for Minnesota. Good recovery defensively by Ohio State.
Dockich knew McBrayer wanted to get to his left hand, and he jumped it. That's what experienced players do.
Konate foul.
So he gets the stop, and it forces the ball into Konate's hands. And I'm sorry, high-level guys who have all the athleticism, the physical skill in the world, and they don't understand the reason why they listen. They have to work to buy into listening. That's why experienced players are better. They get it. They understand the purpose of a scouting report. Well, I'm sorry, I had to know the scouting report because I wasn't the tallest and the quickest guy on the floor. So you had to learn the value of knowing where a guy's going to go.
Offensive rebound for a team that came in 11th in the league in offensive rebound percentage. They have really attacked the glass as Tate fakes the pass, drives to the rim, and the rebound off the miss by Murphy, who's the Gophers, not only today, but over these last now 6 games, as the floater won't go for C.J. Jackson. Neither team shooting well in this second half. Buckeyes 10 for 32 from the floor in the second half. Minnesota 4 for 17. Coffee left that. They have just put a blanket on top.
Thing is tough, and it's discouraging.
Coffee missing both free throws in his return to action. Missed the last 5 games with a shoulder injury. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in 32 minutes played from Amir Coffee.
I think the minutes is the biggest surprise to me.
You know, we weren't sure what he'd see. It was Richard Pitino for what his guard would be able to bring him. Coffee's certainly been able to stay on the floor.
I think you play him and see how he does, and he's been great. He really has.
3 to shoot, gotta hurry. Tate for 3. Not gonna go, and there's Coffee staying with it. Got the rebound tip to Mason. That length of Coffee will help Minnesota as we move through the next month before we all convene back here at Madison Square Garden. Good offensive rebound by Konate. He's fouled.
Defense, it's simple principles that work.
Konate,
team plays, there's 20 different options and actions. Coaches, you're not going to be get guys so consumed with, well, what play are they running? Well, who cares? Just defend the action.
They've defended.
You know, it's that easy, Kevin.
Yeah, it's just that easy. They've defended the action well. They've defended everything well in the second half. 13 total points from Minnesota and over 8 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, too. You look back, hey, this is going to be a long-term job trying to get things right. It didn't take as long.
Talk about setting the bar high for Chris Holtman's future years. Bates Diop with 2 to shoot. 8th Buckeye turnover.
That's why a lot of times you see guys dribble the ball into a shot. For rhythm dribbles.
Another Gopher turnover. This second half is not one that Richard Pitino is going to want to look back on. Turnover number 13. Buckeyes have scored 20 off the previous 12 turnovers in this one. Working some clock now as C.J. Jackson will go to work. The jump stop in the lane rejected by Fitzgerald, and it'll start the other way. McBrayer on the drive to the rim. No! Pinned by Bates Diop. Quickly ahead to Jayshawn Tate. Tate, the no look to Jackson. 3 in the corner. That's not going to go. Rebound Murphy. Haven't had a lot of up and down action so far in this one as Coffee gets inside in the first field goal in not
like a hole in your face.
Jackson ahead to Williams, and Williams will go back to work on the offensive end here for Ohio State. Buckeyes closing in on their 17th win. That'll match last year's win total. And in Big Ten games, their average margin of victory is 16 points per game. They're right there at 16.
Teams towards the bottom. I know I was struggling against Purdue, having a rough day, but that's a team with talent. Illinois hasn't won a game in conference yet. They're one of the best teams I've ever seen that can't win. They really put a lot of pressure on you. So I think the Big Ten tests you in a variety of ways, too. I mean, did a terrific job with that program. I mean, there were some guys that just had bad energy. And bad energy is just demoralizing. It takes everything away from you. In particular, guys like Keita Bates-Diop who are not demonstrative personalities. So I think Keita Bates-Diop matches the personality of Chris Holtmann, a competitor, but not over the top.
Washington will try the three, and Isaiah Washington back at home hits the three from deep. And the Gophers within 63-49, a 14-point deficit with a minute to go.
And Washington's a guy that, as challenges will continue, there's much more than this. And I'll tell you, you've got guys shooting Scooty Penn's over on the other bench. He said the same thing. He goes, man, this thing's going to be over quickly. And you're going to wish you had it back. So the potential's there, but you've got to find the urgency to continue to improve and get better every day. Hard to do so when you've got such a huge foul. Great find.
What a find by Dockich. He looked right, found Wesson down low for the two. Well, that was pretty.
There was a part of him that had to make sure Wesson was paying attention.
Young with the steal. Kyle Young to the other end with the exclamation point for the Buckeyes. Not a bad way to get your first 2 points at Madison Square Garden.
Don't jump. That's all I got to say. If someone's lining up their steps, just don't jump.
Dockich with the pick. Long pass ahead to Williams, and Williams going to put on the brakes. They don't need any more. Buckeyes are going to win this one going away. 18-point victory, and now 8-0 for Ohio State. They've matched last year's win total with their 17th win, and they win at 60.